What's going on? And thank you for clicking. Today I just wanted to go back in time and remember and share some of my stories. Again, my channel's positivity, so just remembering a lot of the times that when I was younger, I always had a very positive attitude. I always went to school, tried to get good grades. I tried not to get into arguments with other kids, and I just remember my dad. He was a great man. He always worked so hard, and no matter what, it was financially, it was just tough. Growing up in New York City, it's a very expensive city to live in. Rent's expensive, food's expensive, and just I remember growing up, and and no matter what, I always had, always as a little kid, I always knew my dad would come through, and plenty of times, I for birthdays and Christmas, I remember the first time. This was I really wanted the original like Nintendo systems, and I really wanted it for my birthday. And I told my mom, I told my dad, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Times are hard. We don't really have a lot of money, this and that." And I was like, "All right, cool." And then I was just like, as a little kid, you're in my head. I was like, "Dang, I really hope that my dad can come through with this." And so I remember on my birthday, you know, um, we were having cake for my birthday, so I blew out the candles, and then my parents were like, "Yeah, we couldn't really get you anything this year, but next year we got you. Don't worry." And I was in my head, I was like, "Okay, it's all right. I'm happy. I got some cake. Everybody's happy, smiling." So, and then surprise, I got the Nintendo comes out of the closet. So they were hiding it, and it had the Mario Brothers game, and it also had the Duck Hunt game, and it also had the gun for Duck Hunt, and two remotes. And back then, I think this was $100, but to my dad that was struggling financially, $100 was a lot of money. So uh, I started to cry because I know that he worked really hard in saving that money for my birthday and making sure I got my gift and make sure I was happy as a little kid. So that's just a quick story about my past. Again, I didn't grow up with a ton of my parents. I mean, they work hard and try to make it work and try to take care of us. At least we did have our roof over our head. We did have food. We did have shelter. We had clothes on our backs, and we didn't have a lot of fancy stuff, but my parents always came through, whenever possible. So I'm very grateful for that, and very grateful for my dad always working so hard, even though a lot of the money he made went straight to the bills, straight for the rent, straight for the food, utilities and things like that. We didn't have a car. We didn't have, I didn't have a bicycle. I know a lot of kids growing up had bicycles. My friends had bicycles, so I could, maybe try and learn on that. But since I didn't have my own bicycle, I never really learned to ride a bike. Kind of embarrassing, but it is whatever. It's something that happens. And so, but I'm very grateful for all the memories and all the great things that my parents did for us. They made sure we had food, shelter, and clothes on our backs. And so, very grateful for my parents. They're still married, they're still together, they're still alive, and I pray for them all the time. And I worry about them because they're getting older now. But just wanted to share that little story and maybe, put things in perspective for you guys out there. I know that, when you're a little kid, you want all these things, but you can't have it all, and thinking back to even further back when I was a little, really tiny boy, we really struggled a lot. We didn't really have a place to stay because rent was so much money, and I just remember just trying to get by. So, well, that's the message. Just stay positive. You got so much to be grateful for, and you are here in this world to make a difference. So, stay positive, and I'll see you on the next video. And thank you for listening to my little heartfelt story, and hopefully you learn something from it. Hopefully somebody gets a message out there that they can benefit from. So God bless you all. Thank you.